I cannot believe how these things happen. How video footage can emerge years, decades later, having previously been unearthed, unshown to the general public, and it can just change everything. So over the years, evidence has surfaced confirming that Super Mario 64 originally intended to feature Luigi as a playable character. All the way back in a 1996 interview with Shigeru Miyamoto, it was acknowledged that Luigi was planned for the game but was eventually removed due to issues with implementing memory. Basically, it was just too much for the N64 cartridges to handle. And if you know anything about Super Mario 64 lore, you know the whole thing with L is Real 2401. There was that statue in the back courtyard of the castle, you know, Peach's castle, and it was very blurry, but it looked like it said L is Real 2401. And of course, a lot of people went crazy with that, basically saying that this meant that Luigi was kind of hidden in the game's files. And about 3 years ago, in the year 2020, that exact thing was revealed about the game. Funny enough, exactly 24 years and 1 month after the game's release, aka 2401, it was revealed that in the game files, Luigi's model actually existed, which was definitely huge, but there was still no video footage of Luigi in the game. But a recent discovery has been made that has completely changed the narrative. So this was about 3 weeks ago. A YouTube channel uploaded a 90s Japanese variety show, or like a sort of event. It's basically footage from this event called Spaceworld 95. And I'm sure you can imagine, 1995 found footage. It's definitely not in 4K footage, but it's basically this person that is recording a bunch of these TV screens that are showcasing upcoming Nintendo 64 games. So this was about a year before the 64 was launched. And in this very extensive gameplay footage, there is approximately 3 seconds worth of footage. And it's very grainy, it's very hard to see, but it was discovered that 3 seconds of footage shows Luigi and Mario on the screen running around what looks like basically a playtest area, which basically all but confirms that this is the first found footage of what was supposed to be Super Mario 64's multiplayer mode. This has been a long time coming. The game was released about 27 years ago, but this footage is from 28 years ago. It is absolutely insane. Now, it is also worth mentioning that Shigeru Miyamoto, in a 1998 interview, so about 2 years after the game was released, he expressed plans to introduce Luigi in the 64DD version of the game, which is kind of like an updated version of the Nintendo 64, but once again, that idea was scrapped. And of course, Luigi was later on added to the Nintendo DS version of Super Mario 64 as a playable character, but this whole idea of a multiplayer mode in Super Mario 64, it has fascinated a lot of Nintendo fans. While Nintendo's pursuit of multiplayer in 3D Mario games eventually found success with Super Mario 3D World on the Wii U, there was always that initial desire to include multiplayer in Super Mario 64, or at least see footage of what it was supposed to look like. And although it is just 3 seconds, well, 28 years later, we have finally found that footage.